This is about defending democracy. This is no longer Democrats versus Republicans. What do you want your kids to believe in? There must be give and take.
This is White Flag with Joe Walsh.
Hey, Joe Walsh, White Flag with Joe Walsh. Let me make one point this Thursday, and I hope you're having a good week. As you know, you hear me say this a bunch. I come from the Republican Party base. I come from the MAGA base. I left the base a few years back, more than a few years back. I still speak to these folks all the time. I engage with Republican base voters all the time. We use that term a lot when we talk about Republican base voters or Democratic base voters. The voters we're speaking of when we say that, base voters, we're speaking of the most energetic, the most involved, the most engaged Republican voters. Same goes for Democratic base voters. The most committed, the most ideological, kind of the animating force of the party. The heart and soul of really where the party is. Both sides, Democrat and Republican. And the base of the Republican Party, from which I come, it's a MAGA base now. It's a full-on MAGA base. The Republican Party is a MAGA party. Because of that, the Republican Party is a MAGA party. You look at Republicans in the House of Representatives, they represent this base. The new speaker, Mike Johnson from Louisiana, hardcore, right, MAGA guy. Makes perfect sense. He represents the base of the party. Most of that Republican conference in the House, they're MAGA. It's more pronounced, by the way, on the Republican side. I'll get to that on another day. But it shouldn't have surprised anybody that Mike Johnson became speaker. They always kind of had to have a MAGA speaker because the base is a MAGA base. The party's a MAGA party. And they brilliantly stumbled upon a MAGA speaker that nobody had heard of. Jim Jordan's MAGA, but Jim Jordan everybody knew and knows and has a lot of enemies, so he was easy for all it took was 4 Republicans to say no to. Here's the point I want to make this morning. I engage with these folks every day. This notion of Donald Trump as a victim is profound with them. It's powerful with them. They believe it. They believe, and they tell me this, and they've told me this, gosh, for the past 5 to 6 years, that you got to go back to a variation of this. You got to go back to Jesus Christ walking this earth to find a human being that is and has been more persecuted than Donald Trump. Not prosecuted, persecuted, gone after. Donald Trump is a victim. Everybody's after him. The deep state, whatever that is, and they'll explain to me what it is. Republicans, the Republican establishment is after him, even though he is the establishment. Now Democrats are after him. The media is after him. The Justice Department is after him. All of these prosecutors are after him. He is a victim. And every single day, all you got to do is tune into Fox News and they talk about this, or do what I do every day and engage with Trump supporters, MAGA-based people, and this is what they tell me. Trump knows this. Trump knows his voters believe he's being persecuted, that he's a great, great victim, and Trump plays this up. He's always played it up from the beginning, and his base bought it hook, line, and sinker. It's all bullshit. But this is his strength. This narrative to them that he is a victim, everything he's going through right now with these 4 indictments, none of it is his fault, his supporters believe. We talk about how in God's name can he be stronger in the Republican Party now than he was a year ago or 2 years ago. Mystifies most people who aren't Trump supporters or Republican-based voters, mystifies the left. Doesn't mystify me, because every charge, every arrest, every indictment only strengthens this narrative that Trump's a victim. Every gag order, every time a judge comes down hard on him, every time a judge tries to shut him up, his supporters say, see, Joe, look at how persecuted he is. They don't even treat him like a normal indictee, a normal criminal defendant. Every time, and Trump plays this up. What's his name? Jesse Waters on Fox News yesterday went down the litany of all 4 of these indictments. And it was this prosecutor's after Trump for this. The Justice Department has never gone after anybody like they've gone after Trump. He just went down the line on all of Trump's legal problems right now. And every single instance was somebody's going after Trump unfairly. If Donald Trump, perfectly describing what the average Fox News watcher or the average Trump supporter believes, if Donald Trump couldn't say that he's being treated unfairly, I don't know that he'd have anything to say. This is why he's more popular now. January 6th it was a great day, and then all of Trump's persecutors turned it into a day with which to hit Trump over the head with, to hunt Trump. I've heard that over and over and over from his supporters. This is why he's stronger now. This is why he'll be the Republican Party nominee. This is why, by the way, I worry about him getting off on any of these charges in 2024, a hung jury, anything, will turn him into a martyr, beyond just a victim. And that will play with voters well beyond just his base. And I worry about that helping him get reelected. Trump's secret sauce with his supporters, he's a victim. And every time he does something bad and he says, it's not my fault they're coming after me, it only strengthens his support. I'm Joe Walsh. Thank you for listening. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow White Flag with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been White Flag with Joe Walsh.